I then said, what am I really going to be known as? And I went through a whole thing in my head on what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
On I got to have a guy for this and I got to have a guy for that. Well, I was like, well, my circle of friends, I just want to be the car guy that gets them connected to whatever they need car business-wise.
Yep.
And that's what I studied. Yeah, the car guy. So I got together with Brad Custer, and he was starting a T-shirt company at the time. And so I bought up a whole bunch of different designs and different things that we made a logo and created a couple things. And then I went into doing print and doing my own direct mail, designing it right there, right during all that time. So I'm like the car guy. I'm sharing an office with Fred. Fred then brands himself. And we start working off of the persona that we are inside of the business that we're in. And it started to really help us just be excited about growing. And it was beneficial. Now, still considered the car guy with many of my friends. It's either a jokey thing or whatever. But seriously, to my friends, I am the car guy. I'm the one that they're going to call when they need something. When they need me to find a particular car, or if they want to find out a value of something, or what my opinion is on how the dependability of something, I'm recognized as the car guy amongst them. That's my confession that it was okay for me to let go of a previous brand.
Right.
And you can do the same, car guys and car gals.
Absolutely. And what's funny is when Lou talks about doing the Polaroids and the poster boards, this is all pre even MySpace. I'm talking pre-social media, pre all the above, pre-smartphone. Mm-hmm. So, you couldn't even take a picture with your phone that was worth a darn. It was like you would take. They had picture phones, but it was like so grainy. I mean, you couldn't.
You weren't keeping that.
No, they were just for taking a picture. It was not even anything for real. But that being said, so Lou, if you really think about it, that was social media before social media. That was like.
It was on my
wall.
wall.
Cardboard. People would come in. I mean, I remember people would walk in the office. They would look up on the wall and immediately start looking for people they know. If they knew somebody, it was over. They laid right down. I was like, oh, that's Bobby. Oh, my God, Bobby bought a car from you? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I would tell them I sold half those cars, too. Like, they'd come in there and they'd say, did you sell that? I'm like, yep. Because it didn't matter, I started putting pictures up there with him, too, when he was in my office. We filled up a lot of boards. And he's talking about the key tags. I definitely collect. I still have every one of my old key tags from when I sold a vehicle. It's inside. I have a old cigar box from when my son was born. And that cigar box, I always filled it in sideways, and that thing is filled up. Even when I was on the road, I kept them. It was just, as soon as I sold, that's mine. And ain't nobody getting that tag. That goes in my pocket, and in a day, I put it where it wouldn't need to go. And I'll be honest, there's been times where I lost that tag. I went and made another one because I wanted to remember that moment. So I just redid the tag exact stock number, and I put it in there. I've done that before.
I've had customers come back in and be like, hey, I got a plate for you, and we didn't get a picture. You got away.
Oh,
I mean, because I wanted to get that filled up. I wanted that whole office filled up because it was an evidence manual without you saying anything.
I remember I had a customer come back one time, and they were like, we wanted to get, I noticed that day we didn't get our picture. I want to get so I went out there, and I'll tell you this story. This is a car guy confession. It's I get the camera. There's no film in it, dude. I don't know that until I go out there, and I click the button, nothing happens. It's like... But I didn't really care about getting a picture at that moment. I was just like trying to get him out. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, cool. And they're like, where is a picture coming out? I was like, yeah, it's just one of those ones that develops in the inside. Oh, bro, I look like such a liar. So don't ever do that. But I honestly, to this day, and dude, you're talking well over 12 years ago. I mean, I don't even know how many years ago.
2005. So
that being said, that was that long ago, and it still irks that I lied to them. To this day, I feel horrible because I'm like, why'd I do that? Mm-hmm. I should. The problem was I would have had to run all the way to Walmart, which from that store would have been about at least 15 minutes. 10 minutes, less than 10. 5 minutes to get there, 5 minutes in, 5 minutes. So 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I didn't feel like doing that. And then I didn't want them to have to come back. And so if you know who you are, and if you happen to be listening to the show, which I doubt, but if you're I am so sorry.
Come and get your picture taken.
Come and get I'll take another picture. I definitely don't run out of film on this new
post
thing.
It on our wall.
I will. I promise. And I'm so sorry. Okay? So I did miss out on that, and that's something I shouldn't do. Take advantage of every moment. Don't waste it. So, But yeah, definitely. That was a lot of fun to do that. So that was pre-social media. Lou was crushing it. I jumped on the bandwagon, rode his coattails. My name was the car guy. No, excuse me. He was the car guy. Sorry. I was Mr. Deals.
Mr. Deals.
With a Z at the end. You had to bring it in there.
We took pictures and made ourselves look like Double Dragon.
Yeah, back to back Double Dragon. You know the old.
If you guys know what Double Dragon is,
I do.
You know what's up.
If you don't, then you are.
Just look it up. Double Dragon.
You're too young.
It's not a Chinese restaurant, but it is.
It is a Chinese restaurant too. So it kind of works both ways.
Yes.
But yeah. So that is a great confession, man, and it's a great story because it's so true. Lou's like that's why. You know, I was sitting there discussing with my wife the other day, and I talk about, would I have been this active on social media if it was around when I first started selling vehicles? And my wife looked at me and she goes, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "I think so too," because she was like, "Because Fred," and I love that my wife says this. Fred, you always hustled, so you would have hustled on that. I'm like, damn, that's my brand. My wife knows me.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Exactly.
She knows my brand. She knows what I'm about.
Is
right.
Based off of what she knows of you.
Right. So I'm a hustler. What up?
Every day I'm.
That's right. Every day I'm. So that being said, that is our Car Guy Confession session. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Take a tip from that. Be a little different. Get outside the box. Do some stuff. Take pictures of your customers. Have fun with your customers. Make your customers want to be part of your brand.
That's right.
They all want to be part of that. They don't want to feel weird. They want to feel like they're part of something. Make them part of your brand.
That's right. Part of your fan club.
Get stickers. Do stuff that other guys aren't doing. Do crazy videos. Do whatever it takes. That's it, man. They ask me what I do, whatever it takes. So
that's right.
Do it.
Car guys, car gals, thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
See you. Yes. We have the jump box. Where's the sounds? Oh, there it is. The car has plenty of electricity getting it to start up.
It's definitely an electric car. No.
Was that the Hummer? No? Oh, sorry, that's electric.
You're probably not going to get that sound out of an electric Hummer. I'm sorry.
It's the quiet revolution.
It's definitely going to be a quiet revolution.
So, with this jump box, Lou, I love how you always open up the jump box talking about the negative and the positive, right?
That's right. Addressing the negative.
That's right.
Unveiling the positive.
What?
And then...
Brr.
So what we mean by that is you have to address the negative. What would be the negative that has to be addressed inside of being successful in birthing a brand? Well, there's pain. There's pain involved. You have to get uncomfortable sometimes. You have to get to a point where you're semi-vulnerable. You're opened up for other people to help you out and be true with you. And for you to be real with yourself. You're not Jordan. You know what I mean? You can't be him. So you can't take his brand.
That's right.
And so if that's the case, you need to make your brand. And your brand should be authentically you. And it's very important that when doing so, you take a couple good steps. So here's a little jump box for you.
That's right.
Work on the way that you actually look when it comes to your logos. Make sure that you come up with a good slogan for who it is that you are, whether it's a good tagline, a good name, something memorable, quick and easy. The less syllables, the easier it is for people to remember.
True that.
So if you got a really, really long name, you might want to work on abbreviating it a little bit.
Yeah.
The less that people have to say to be able to reference you, the better. The easier it is for them to remember you.
It's a great tip. Great tip.
Coca-Cola, one of the greatest brands, and I would say the greatest marketed brands of all. Still, they simplify from the Coca-Cola to just being called Coke. And then all of a sudden, every soda, depending on what part of the country you're in, it could be called a Coke. You know what I mean? Simple.
Yeah.
sometimes less is more.
Still say that's funny you say that about Coke. Not to stop what you're talking about, but that's the way I grew up. Like, so everything was Coke. So, hey, man, can I get a Coke? What kind?
Exactly.
And they'd always look at me.
I was like, Coke, man. When I came to Kentucky, I was like, Coca-Cola? non-decaf. I want the caffeinated. What do you mean, what kind?
Yeah, no. It's because in some places, Coke could be, what kind of Coke you want? I want a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
What kind of Coke you want? Mountain Dew. Because to them, I mean, honestly, I somehow, when I was younger, I called everything a Coke. I don't know if it's from where my dad grew up or whatever, but everything was a Coke. And then we broke it down to whatever Coke you want, right? So it was like Coke. But if they handed me a Coke, I would have took it. Right. Because that was my favorite anyway. So it didn't matter. But everything was a Coke to me. So, brand is huge, man. And shortening it up like that to just Coke for Coca-Cola was huge. I think that it made
They released an entire drink.
Yeah, Coke.
Which just tasted different. It was Coke.
Yeah, and then the Colombians
they did their own spin on it.
Yeah, they did.
Everything's different
and
in
it was
different
just
countries.
Coke.
Yeah.
But so it is. You're right, man. That's actually a great tip to abbreviate. Like like a lot of people have really complicated names, so you gotta abbreviate it, like Paulie G or something like that instead of Paulie, Giuliani Wanscat. I don't know what. Okay. Well, I know that there's one guy out there. His name is Jason Garris, but he goes by Garris. But I know his last name's a lot longer than that, which makes a lot.
My late stepfather, last name Bellucci. He used to be a doo-wop singer in Brooklyn. Grew up doing awesome singing. He had to get rid of the big long Bellucci name, even singing to a bunch of Italians in Brooklyn. At the bars and, all of the places that they were at, they made him shorten his name when he began to record.
What's his first name again?
Bellucci.
No, first name.
Joe.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Okay, so Joseph. Let me guess what they shortened it to. It's Italians?
Yeah.
Joseph One Note. Or Two Toes.
They didn't give him a mafia name.
Oh, I didn't know. I was trying. Forget about it. No,
Joey Doo-Wop, right there.
There it is.
Yeah. No, they shortened his name to Bell, so he legally changed his name to Bell for his recordings.
That's what he told you.
Right? Yeah, that's what we heard. There's a lot of time between his younger years and me coming into his life. So there's a lot of stories I didn't get the chance to catch up with.
Yeah.
Miss him, love him. But yes, he simplified his name in order to be able to be received by a wider audience. Same thing with what we're trying to say here. If you're birthing a brand, be cognizant. Take your time. Write it down. Scrub the list. Reduce it to the ridiculous. Spitting rhymes, just like this.
Every time.
But seriously, keep it silly. Have some fun. Make sure that you can clown on yourself. Have a good time finding out who it is that you are. And ask somebody that's going to be genuine and honest with you. And the person that you ask that's going to be genuine and honest with you, they're going to give you that nod. Be like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
You're right. That's the one. And until you get that look back, keep scrubbing the list. And maybe you got to give yourself that look back. But either way, find out who it is that you are. Be confident in it. And sell out to it. Make it do what it do.
Give it your all. So, give it massive action.
Jump it up, jump the jump box.
That's it, man.
Car guys, car gals, we'll be right back.
Yeah. We're here. So.
And.
Wow.
We're back.
It is. It's the time of the show that hurts me the most. It's when we have to go.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that we get to go and be lights into the rest of the world. The rest of the world gets the chance to have us at least impact them on a direct face-to-face, eye-to-eye level. So I'm excited to go do what it is that I do.